Welcome to the Brawl-B-Cue! 4 big matches here for you in Colonial Impact Wrestling. I am the Colonist. It is an exciting time. We're in the middle of summer. The grills are cooking. No matter what you're eating, we're here feeding you the best professional wrestling there is. And we've got a very interesting matchup to start things off. Pepsiman versus Sephiroth. Now, these two have no real beef with each other necessarily. I mean, as you've been able to tell by a lot of what's been going down in the weeks leading up to this. Now, not to say that there hasn't been developments as far as what has happened with Jack Black and thereabouts and, you know, all that stuff with Shiva's impressive win over Freddy, the squash of the other Rangers, and that classic with Mario and Waluigi from Waluigi, Arkansas. And Pepsiman here looking to punch his ticket into the summer series of classics. So, you know, sometimes there doesn't need to be too much going on in order to make things that are going on feel and look important. And these two both know what it means to set off a show off right. And Sephiroth, fresh off the heels of his feud with Mario, or Mario, depending on which brand you're watching, whether it's Colonial Impact Wrestling or CIW Gaming, which you are more than recommended and suggested to subscribe and like and share to both of those two fine organizations. Sephiroth, a man who has claimed loyalty to CIW, but lately it has not really gotten him a whole lot. But he is going to do his best here after getting the hell beaten out of him. Got finisher after finisher after finisher in the major triple threat Exceeds Championship match at Doomsday. And you know, I'm a little thrown here, folks. I mean, I'm looking forward to this matchup, but Abe Bizzle's supposed to be on this show, and I don't know where he is. I mean, he's got the main event to be in the corner of Corleone tonight against the Joker. We'll talk about that later, but he was going to be in the booth here to start up these two matches, and I guess traffic's a little bad. We are here from the M&T Bank Arena in Hammond, Connecticut, so it's not too far down the road from either myself or Abe Bizzle, and here we go. And now starting out with, I'm going to go for a collar elbow tie-up, but Sephiroth blocked it and doing one of his own. Referee John Goodman assigned to this contest. And, nice elbow strike with the shoulder and a big bulldog. And it's going to take a lot of offense to take down a man like Pepsiman, who has really been on the better end of good matches lately. And as far as his wins over Wario, that we have seen multiple wins. Of course, that dominant victory over the Flash that we saw, just mad about what Wario did to him in the King of the Spring, and that was he was not a happy camper about that. He was very flat, and when you get a guy like Pepsiman very flat, it's not a good time. But Sephiroth there, what a big punch, and down goes Pepsiman. And Sephiroth is going to really have to strategize here if he wants to get this. His version of the one-winged angel, of course, the big one-winged angel he might be able to land here. Will it be enough to put Pepsiman away? We'll see if he gets that far. And, you know, AB was going to be here for this match, and then the matchup coming, which is the Forgotten Fighters versus Ken Masters and a mystery partner. Apparently Masters has got some backup and challenge the Forgotten Fighters, and you can't blame him after what they've done to him and after Sagat's feeling so swole about beating the boss. And a big scoop slam there from Pepsiman. And all of these guys trying to, make it one step further. Every win counts. That's the thing about CIW. When you get a win, it puts you a little bit that much closer to your end goals here. So, Pepsiman has been riding a wave of momentum, and Sephiroth has been doing kind of the opposite of that. Happy that he's been getting the championship opportunities, as it were, with the Exceeds Championship, but Mario proved to be a pretty big thorn in his side, and at least as far as CIW is concerned, it appears that those two are not going to be keeping up, though, that attack. But no, to say, what a face buster there, and a big right hand from Pepsiman, who is, probably still not in the greatest of moods. Not going to be one to do dirty tactics, I would imagine, in this situation, but a lot of people, big back suplex. And, of course, later on I mentioned before, the main event of tonight is Michael Corleone, who is very upset with the way that the Joker and DC decided to fuck with the King of the Spring from the beginning to the end. And now Corleone wants a piece of the Joker, and the Joker, well, he actually forced the Joker into this match. So it's a one-on-one between the Joker and the Boss here tonight, the main event of our show. And of course, we have the #1 contenders match for the Women's Championship that Natalie Portman currently owns, which we will find out the winner of that later tonight. Another back suplex. And right now, Sephiroth really needs to eliminate that vertical base, I think, if he wants to take down a guy with the stature and the win record of Pepsiman, of course, former TAWTF champion, the first TAWTF champion, won a 30-man Rumble to do it. And, oh, God. And Sephiroth, and a big drop kick to the back. His original run in CIW was basically predicated on the fact that he was not getting the opportunities he thought he deserved in TAW, and came on over here during the 8-month rivalry that Josh Ageddon and I had back in the day, which we have now come and resolved, thankfully. And that is now water under the bridge. But during that time, Sephiroth was more than willing to come over here and take his claim. Oh, and a spike pile driver. And it's because of things like that that doors open for him to earn that #1 contenders match with Noob Saibot for the Exceeds Championship to begin with. That was hampered by Mario. And then the one-on-one match that Sephiroth interrupted with Mario, and then the triple threat where everybody just laid waste to Sephiroth. And now a sleeper hold. A sleeper from Pepsiman, and the last thing you want to do is have Pepsiman slow this match down. Because if you let Pepsiman work at his own pace, he will tear you apart. And just like that, spike pile driver. And Sephiroth, who is very conscientious about his hair. We've seen him do that notorious hair flip that he loves so much. And he's actually said to me, he spends a lot of money to make sure that that hair looks the way it looks. And see, there it is. There it is, that hair flip. He's really into that hair. He is always checking it to make sure it is as pristine as possible. Oh, God. But the capillaries in his chest may not be after that big knife edge chop from Pepsiman. And so far, actually, I have to say so far, DDT, Sephiroth has kept up with Pepsiman. They've both been taking shot for shot. And for as many blows and as devastating as they are coming from Pepsiman, that is truly in effect. Where the hell is AB? I swear. I haven't even gotten a text from the dude. Like, that is unusual. Normally AB is a very good texter, at least telling me, hey, what's up, stuck in traffic, red light, green light, red light. We just had it, y'all. But I don't know. This is peculiar. And an eye poke, an overt eye poke from Sephiroth. And you know, when you've got a guy as towering as Pepsiman, you take every advantage possible. I don't know whether I would have done that right in front of John Goodman, but the fact remains a big back suplex was all it took. And now another body slam. And Pepsiman has really been tossing Sephiroth around in a really major way here. And will it be enough? Which one of these two men will win the first of our 4 matches here on the Brawl-B-Cue? Here in our summer series of Colonial Impact Wrestling. No titles on the line, but big matchups nonetheless. And a nice spinning heel kick there from Sephiroth. These two still kind of measuring each other out, I have to say. They're still back and forth. I think there's a healthy respect for each other. And oh, can I just say that? A leg trip there from Pepsiman, who took the legs out from underneath Sephiroth to make sure he couldn't hit that one-winged angel. And that's really what Sephiroth really ought to have been doing to stop that Pepsi plunge. Checks his hair. It's fine, Sephiroth. Concentrate on the match. And now referee John Goodman's count. Sephiroth up to the top. Up elbow drop. And I think he hit him. I saw a piece of Pepsiman flop, which says to me that Sephiroth did land it. But right now the referees count up to 3. And Sephiroth just now kicking the head of Pepsiman. And this is degenerated, folks, out on the outside. Your hair is fine, Sephiroth. But the intensity, nonetheless, you have to give credit to Sephiroth for still coming in with an aggressive streak. Oh, and an eye poke of his own! And you can't discount Pepsiman and be mad at Pepsiman for the turnabout that's fair play. Although that might be a little much, but just choking Sephiroth. These two, for guys who didn't have a beat, these two are really taking the fight maybe a little bit too personally. as it's gotten into chokes and eye pokes and all sorts of things that I wouldn't expect from either individual, and now vaulting Pepsiman to the outside. And springboard, and also another flail means it 30%, and another part of the rules of CIW, 30% means you hit him. And that's the best that we get. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. And now Pepsiman with Sephiroth. Oh no, not the facial complexion of Sephiroth, just getting chopped. Just absolutely chopped, only twice though. Referees count up to 5, and of course, the count out is not the way either one of these two individuals want to win this match. And now another crossface. A crossface on the Sephiroth. Will this be enough to get him to tap here? And we've seen people tap to a crossface before, but not this time. But Pepsiman a little worn out himself. You can sense it with both of them, actually. They're really starting to get the fatigue levels are setting in here, folks. After these two have given it their all here at the Brawl-B-Cue. Now turning away. Uh-oh. Sephiroth shouldn't have turned around, because here it comes, the Pepsi plunge, and Sephiroth is busted open. And that might be it right there. The cover here from Pepsiman. Is it over here? 1, 2, and 3. But a hell of a matchup between these two. But Pepsiman comes out on the other side, the victor. And goddamn, where is AB? I still don't know where he is. I've heard no text. I've heard nothing going on. But it's he's doing a hell of a job here, I suppose. Well, at least I'm trying to figure out what's going on with AB. But Pepsiman, your winner. A hell of an effort from Sephiroth, though. And hold on a second. I'm getting feed here in the back. I'm getting a feed that there might be there's some disturbance. Can we get a camera out there? Can somebody get a camera out there? Anybody? We have to have somebody on that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. AB must have been coming in right into the parking lot. And there is Aquaman. Aquaman's not even scheduled to be here tonight. What the hell is he even doing here? And Aquaman now beating the hell out of AB. Probably didn't even see him coming, that slippery, slimy piece of algae. His green pants and his orange shirt. And this lowlife, standing moonsault, wasn't even scheduled to appear here tonight. But of course, they're just doing whatever the Joker wants them to do now. Let's forget that we have any individuality. The Joker said, let's beat A Bizzle up, so let's do it. And this is not good. AB, he was going to come and commentate tonight, but of course, wanted to stand in Corleone's corner, knows the connection between AB and Mike, and now, and AB started to come back, and, slap in the face. Wait a minute. And oh, no, oh, God. Is that what I think it is? Oh, God, if that's what I think it is, that suit is ruined. That suit is completely ruined. It is yellow and brown. Oh, God. And folks, we just had the sanitation people here at the M&T Bank. You know, they're trying to back up. That's just disgusting. That is vile. That is sick. And now Aquaman appropriately said, at least he washed the suit. But now, not like that didn't do damage. Of course, that's a high-pressure fire truck hose right into the gut. And power washers will cut your finger off. And what do you think that a hose like that does to your stomach? And this is all just because Corleone was having a bizzle in his corner. That's all this was about. This was literally all this was about. And here comes, wait a second. Not onto the car. Oh, God. Onto the car, and that is, oh, God, that's my car, of course. Of course, that's my car. Of course, yeah, I drive here. I drive to the arena. No, not again. Wait a second. Not another big flapjack into the hood of the car. That is just disgusting. This whole thing is disgusting. DC really has stopped caring. And the whirlpool. Onto the concrete. This is my best friend, damn it. This is not okay. This is not okay, DC. This is my best friend in the whole damn world. No offense, Josh again. But this is literally my guy, not a third flapjack. And AB's, he's gonna need medical attention. Let's get the EMTs out there. Somebody out there. Get Aquaman banned out of this building. He's not even supposed to be here tonight. Shouldn't have been here tonight. And now we've got to go to this. All right, I'm going to try and refocus here. because it's the Forgotten Fighters against Ken Masters and some form of backup that he's chosen. Now, this all started because we found out that Simon Belmont and Nathan Von Schrader were both under Sagat's tutelage in the form of the Forgotten Fighters over the course of the King of the Spring tournament. And of course, yeah, Strike Force 1, that's cute. That's a cute name that's probably not going to last. And Forgotten Fighters, and yeah, they wish they were Strike Force. They wish they were Strike Force. But they will never be what Tito Santana and Rick Martel were, and I guarantee you that. But in any case, these guys ended up messing with Masters. Corleone had enough, and then Sagat beat Mike. And that has been bothering Corleone too. You have to imagine Mike's pretty pissed at what we just witnessed with A Bizzle, who I'm hoping I'll be able to get some sort of something about what's going on with him and an update on his condition. And we will figure that out soon. But Ken Masters found some backup, is basically what you need to know. He told me that he knows a lot of fighters, a lot of known fighters. And that's who's going to be here tonight, is known fighters taking on these Forgotten Fighters, these nobodies. And Ken Masters has reassured me that the guy that he has chosen to be his tag team partner here tonight against these two is a man who is more than knowledgeable about what it takes to succeed, but it's a guy who has just got too much going on all the time. And now this is the opportunity for him to take his moment and make his moment. And we all know Ken Masters. We all love Ken Masters for what he's done here on CIW. We've seen some amazing matchups. Former CIW Tag Team Champion with the man that has made his life a living hell over the past year in Sagat. From the disqualification loss with the chair to the street fight they had at Revelation to messing with him during the King of the Spring. And hey, wait a second! It's Ermac! Ken Masters, I guess he picked Ermac. Okay, well, I understand that he's got a lot going on mantra now. And this man has children, ladies and gentlemen. Ermo and Elmac at home are hoping Daddy does his best and maybe gets a win here. But I'll tell you what, I appreciate Ermac. I appreciate Ermac coming out to help Ken Masters. Because if you recall, Ken Masters and Sagat were both assaulted way back in 2014 during the initial 10-man battle royals that were determining who was going to be in the world's title picture. Sagat won one of those and was assaulted by the Shades of Black, and Ken Masters was assaulted by the Shades of Black. So Ermac and Ken Masters have been on the same side fighting before. So it's not like this is a first-time pairing between Masters and Ermac, maybe in a single tag setting as opposed to a six-man tag, but Ermac here, he needs this. I think that this is a great thing. I am looking forward to what Ermac is able to do to bring home honor and prestige to not only the many in his mind, but also the young'uns that he's got at home, and the beloved Ermo and Elmac. And Ken Masters is a guy who understands what it's like to be a family man. And will that be enough, though, to take on the... Oh, and I thought the match was... Oh, of course. Of course. Unannounced. Look who's here. And you had to know this was going to happen, folks. Sagat just making his presence felt. And look out, Ken Masters. This can't be good. We've seen what you've done to Ken lately. And it's been quite abominable, if I say so myself. And Sagat, you know, I did get the chance through basically finding out that he blocked me on Twitter, and then I had to create a new Twitter to find out on his Twitter. Basically said to me, he said, well, not to me, he said to the fake account I had to make to talk to Sagat in order to figure what was going on. He said that he is now more noticeable. People cannot ignore Sagat anymore. And he's going to make sure that that is as known as possible. And I guess that means that that's always at the expense of Masters. And here we go. And Goodman's on this one. And immediately, Ken Masters leaving the ring with Ermac. And this is going to take a moment. I'm sure that they did not anticipate that Sagat was going to be out here at ringside. And now they have to think about this. They have to think about how they want to proceed now that the numbers game is really out of their favor. And you can see both of them. They're both strategizing. They're both thinking about what to do next. And now Masters back in the ring. Belmont in the ring, not the legal man. Here comes here comes Ermac. Almost said Irmo, but that's not who it was. And now Ermac just trying to wail on both guys. And oh no, a backdrop, a miscommunication. And you hate to see it, especially in the early goings here. And I think that Ermac just got a little overzealous here in that early going and just started just wailing away. Trying to impress, I guess, Ken, but not on that exchange. And now, oh God, what an Oklahoma slam. An impressive Oklahoma slam there by Nathan Von Schrader, who I guess I should call it a Berlin slam, huh? And Von Schrader, who I did get the chance to talk to a couple weeks ago regarding what happened during the King of the Spring, and he said, yeah, I'm strictly a beer drinker, and I had a little liquor, and that was not a good idea. Oh, back suplex from Ermac, punch to the dick from Belmont. And how about a pair? Making sure that each individual ball got a punch to it. And Von Schrader's still the legal man, and now Ermac trying there. What a knee to the gut from to Belmont from Ermac. But now Ermac on an island here, and Ken Masters keeping an eye on Sagat, and you can't get mad at Ken Masters for keeping an eye on the guy who has been messing with him constantly. You know, you can hardly blame him for what's gone down over the past several months, and a big power slam. And the physical prowess, the size, the athleticism, maybe the best pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in CIW is perhaps Nathan Von Schrader. He lifts people with such ease, like he's barely even trying. And oh God, and a couple punches from Belmont to keep the count from being broken up, or the submission weren't the case, but we have not seen Ken submit, as far as I know. That has not happened yet. And now, oh, wait a damn second. Already, Von Schrader loading up for the half pint. This can't be good for Ken Masters, and Ermac almost predicating the fact that we knew, and now getting Goodman's attention, trying to divert Goodman's attention, but the cover here could be over. 1, 2, and no! Only 2, and you know, you gotta give credit. Oh, what a knee to the gut by Ermac, but you have to give credit to Belmont. Those quick jabs were just enough to keep Ermac out of the count predicament, but not on that exchange. Ken Masters a little bit more resilient than one would really, well, we know this. And Sagat just cheering from the sidelines. Right now, this has been an all-forgotten fighters show, but here comes Ermac. Legal for the first time in this matchup, and now a double team. Might go for a double suplex here, and they got him. Very nicely done there. Nice little cohesion there after that snafu to start the match. And this is, again, we did not expect Ermac to be here. This was not Ermac was the surprise partner that Ken Masters chose to be in this matchup. And oh God, what a German suplex. What a German suplex by the German. So I guess that's not that surprising, but it was a huge high angle German. And now Ermac trying, they're trying to get some momentum going, but it seems like the tutelage of Sagat is really paying its dividends here for the wrestling ability of the Forgotten Fighters, and a big hip toss there from Ermac. And and I just got a text here from the folks that we have in the back here at the M&T Bank Arena here in Hammond, that an update on Abe Bizzle's condition. It looks like they've taken him to Yale New Haven Hospital right down here in just down the road in New Haven. And now, another double team there from Masters and Ermac, but we do not know exactly what the extent of his injuries are. A lot of it probably has to do with his ribs, if I were to guess. And and a low blow from Belmont. And what a shame that is. But, you know, you got to give Belmont credit. He did get a win now under Sagat, and he was not winning a lot of matches. He was losing a lot of the time, and maybe that narrative is changing now. You know, at least Sagat's trying to get them at least some reputation, and Ermac with a rope break. Too close to the ropes for a submission there, and now another thumb to the eyes. And that's just disappointing to see from Belmont, because the people really wanted to like Belmont too. And a great back suplex there from Ermac, who's now pulling into the corner, smartly pulling Belmont into the corner so that he and now a counter there from Belmont. as they went for a double team move, and now Belmont leaving the ring. And referee John Goodman trying to urge Ermac, you know, he's got to leave the ring now that this is out. But now, oh God, what a slap to the back there from Belmont. And Von Schrader's got Masters on the other side of the ring. And these four individuals are really, this isn't as much of a wrestling match as it is just brawling it out here. And another back suplex from Ermac. And these four individuals just beating the hell out of each other. And I wouldn't expect any different. You know, knowing what Von Schrader's capable of, we know what Ermac is when it comes to the Mortal Kombat series. We know what Ken Masters is able to do. You know, that's exactly the kind of matchup I expected from these four individuals. But I must admit, I am a bit surprised that as of right now, Sagat has not been as much of a factor as I had anticipated he would be. So far in this matchup, he really hasn't gotten involved. A nice chin lock there from Ken Masters, but Von Schrader was able to break that up with a standing sidekick. Thankfully, didn't decapitate him like what Sammy Guevara tried to do to Sting at Forbidden Door. But that was a while ago, folks. And now, went for a tag, but Belmont smartly threw him into a neutral corner to prevent the tag from taking place. That was expert moves there from Simon Belmont. That is the kind of ring smarts that we really have not seen out of Simon Belmont hardly ever. But here comes Ermac, and looks like just in time too, because Ken Masters is not looking too great, and Ermac is a little bit fresher. But again, the second Ermac tried to get something going, thumb to the eye, and now vaulting him out of the ring. And I don't want to say I'm impressed because, Belmont just elbow dropped Ken Masters off the apron. Holy hell. That was a huge move. Referees count up to 3. Von Schrader and Ermac are the legal men. And now, nice gut buster there from Ermac. Hip toss on to Ken Masters. And now clothesline again. These guys are just brawling. And that is what we're expecting here at the Brawl-B-Cue, folks. How else would you expect it here at a match like this? And now a big hip toss. Or a big arm drag, rather. It was a very, very momentum-filled maneuver to add to the impact. And now a cross arm breaker. And I'm not sure that Masters is even going to be able to get into the ring fast enough to break it up. And he didn't, but no tap out there. And so far, Sagat just watching his boys cook. You know, you can't be mad at that. Just letting them cook, and they so far have. Oh, God. And not another half pint. This time to Ermac. This cannot be good. The neck's going to be hurting. And it's, oh, God. Down he goes. And that man has to play baseball with Ermo and Elmac later. Oh, and a headbutt. And a headbutt. Ken Masters also kind of anticipating the cover there, and a smart move on that exchange to keep the match alive for his team. But Belmont right there to make sure Ermac is as far away from his corner as he can be. Solid tag work from the Forgotten Fighters. Which one of these two teams is going to win this match? I mean, these two are really going after big. Went for a big fist and just swatted away from Nathan Von Schrader. Ermac went for it all and may have just gone a little too further in than he wanted to. But he's fighting. Oh, God, he's on an island now. It's a 3-on-1 here. And credit to Ermac, he's fighting. And, oh, God, wow, Ermac hits Sagat as well. Ermac with a house of fire here. Let's go, Ermac. Beating the hell out of all 3 of them. Let's go. Wow, and that was impressive from Ermac. Almost like that half pint might have woken him up. The thought of his kids back at home. Of course, that is the ultimate motivator for a family man like Ermac, who has many souls, but he only had one dick. But from that dick made 2 children, Ermo and Elmac, who you will never see on CIW programming, but Ermac fights for them and to make a great living and to make them proud. And hopefully that'll be enough here tonight, as well as for fighting for justice when it comes to what Ken Masters has been subjected to. And a lot of guys have been, oh God, what a knee to the face by Ermac, and a lot of fighters have really been upset about what's happened with Ken Masters and the way that Sagat has done this to him. You know, Ken Masters is very well respected in the CIW locker room. Oh no! And Ermac again just a little overzealous with a sleeper hold, and I know that could not be possibly intentional, and he may have just knocked his own partner out. That was definitely not meant to be, I don't think. And now, oh God, and a spear! Didn't even see him coming! Springboard! Down goes Ermac! What is happening? The Forgotten Fighters went airborne! A tope suicida from Belmont and a springboard from Von Schrader knocked both Ermac and Ken Masters down, as that miscommunication from the two of them seems to have backfired as well on them. And now Masters in the ring. Ermac is down, man. Ermac is down. Will he be able to get up? Referees count up to 7. Goodman is still counting here, but Ermac's the legal man. The referees count up to 8. And don't tell me they're going to win on a count out. And now come, oh, and just in the nick of time, Ermac just barely beats the count of 10. And this match is not yet over. Can these two, Ermac and Ken Masters, beat the Forgotten Fighters? And now looks like Belmont's not looking too great. Oh, and maybe he was just playing possum. And folks, we got a women's triple threat #1 contenders match coming up next. Stay tuned for that. If you're thinking about switching over and watching something else, now's not the time. Not with a Castlevania Crumbler. And the back of Ermac might be broken. And now another cover, and this time Masters right there again with a headbutt to break up the count. And that was probably a smart move, knowing what these two have been capable of and what we've seen from the Forgotten Fighters here tonight. And, you know, John Goodman, he better get out of there, man. Oh, what a German. And John Goodman really in the thicket of it, man. And I guess this is as good a time as any. I would have had AB talk about this if he hadn't been assaulted by Aquaman for no reason, because the entirety of DC has LDE. But he'd be the one to say it, that anytime that a referee gets hit, you know the way to help him? You know the way to heal? Wait a second! Masters! Wait a second! Masters was not happy that Ermac put him to sleep and just used the throat on Ermac. And that is the kind of miscommunication you cannot do when these guys are in this kind of a position. And oh, wait a second. Not a second Castlevania Crumbler. Oh, a shoulder breaker. Instead, a big shoulder breaker, shades of Scott Norton. And the cover on the Masters, who is not the legal man, but he might have been beaten from that half Boston Crab had he been. Ermac is down. Belmont is rocking and rolling. And uh-oh, a thumb to... Oh, now come on. A thumb to the eye and a stomp. That was not necessary. That was not necessary. And now a tag, not even going for a cover. That is rude. That is just rude. And the miscommunication, that is the real story of the night. You know, Ermac is doing his damnedest, as is Ken Masters, but these self-inflicted wounds, and also the wounds inflicted by the Forgotten Fighters, they all take their toll. Not another half pint. Dear God. That is 2 half pints and a Castlevania Crumbler for Ermac. And now again, not going for a cover again. Again, not going for a cover. Now Belmont with the cover. And, well, that was odd. Breaking up the count. And now Belmont. Oh, what's Belmont planning? Or Von Schrader, rather. Von Schrader is planning something. Why? I'm not quite sure. But I guess they weren't done. I guess we may have missed something. Oh, what a fisherman's plex. A nice fisherman plex, but I think maybe Sagat might have yelled something out to Belmont saying, no, make him suffer. Make him regret tagging with Ken Masters. And Ermac, he's still fighting, though, with that nice chin lock of his own. And now a roll-up. And Von Schrader, I don't think he's quite putting together that he's not the legal man. He cannot go for these covers. But it almost doesn't matter. What has Belmont got in playing here? Right, a gutbuster right in front of Masters. It's getting to the point where I think that Von Schrader and Belmont are just flexing on Ken and Ermac at this point. with the way that they've gone. Hey, now that's not necessary. No need to punch John Goodman in the knee. Another Castlevania crumbler. Oh man, this has been brutal. An absolute brutality. The cover from Belmont, 1, 2, Masters in 3. The Forgotten Fighters have emerged victorious. And I have to say, Sagat didn't really do a whole hell of a lot to cause any issues. But this may be a sign of things to come for the Forgotten Fighters. If this is the kind of work that they're going to be putting in, I am upset that Ken Masters and Ermac once again got foiled. They needed this win. The people are deflated here in Hampden. I'm deflated too, but the Forgotten Fighters win the match, and they're impressive. You can't dispute it. What does it mean for them going forward? I'm not sure. But as far as the Brawl-B-Cue is concerned, they get the dub, and it's back to the drawing board for Ken Masters. And now, it is time for a #1 contenders match. This triple threat goes to decide who will face Natalie Portman at our show in autumn. In September, the Autumn Asylum 3-day event, big 3-day event that is going to be taking place. Whoever wins this match will face the leader of the Natalie World Order that we have seen just completely take over CIW's women's division. Of course, 4 women in it, with Padme on the payroll, Evey Hammond on the payroll, Nina Sayers on the payroll, and apparently Natalie Portman is the brains behind this whole operation. Clearly, as she screwed Black Cat out of the CIW Women's Championship, which is why that Natalie Portman is currently wearing it. Here comes Lara Croft, who beat Padme Amidala in the debut match of the women's division, and said, hey, I've won a match in CIW, I might as well at least get thrown into this equation. And, of course, Corleone said, absolutely. Here comes Evey Hammond. Now, when you want to tell, of course, wearing that NWO beanie that, of course, is made from the same raggedy material as her outfit. And Evey Hammond from the V for Vendetta movie, in case any of you are not up to speed on where she originates. And this Evey Hammond, she's a little unhinged. I think is the only way I can really describe it. She makes some erratic moves. We saw that in the match between Portman and Black Cat at Doomsday, where Evey Hammond was basically all over Black Cat. And that is what ended up being such a detriment to Black Cat's chances here. And Black Cat, who got screwed out of that belt. I saw it. Every one of y'all saw it. Black Cat got screwed over. She's the one who deserves this title shot the most. And she said, I'm still going to earn it to prove that I'm still going to be the one who takes this championship. I stole the gold in order to bring it to the ring, and now I'm going to take it the right way. And I respect that out of Black Cat. I really do. In that skin-tight leather that is oh so fine. And she is going to make a statement here. Of course, has that devastating cat's claws, which we have seen take down a couple individuals, of course, in her 4-way battle royal that earned her that #1 contendership. That also included Lizzie of the SPD Rangers, Evey Hammond, actually, and I believe Padme Amidala was also in that matchup. And if I am remembering correctly, and that was how that match all went down. And here we go, triple threat action. First woman to make a pin or submission is the #1 contender to Natalie Portman. So it could be any one of these 3 women. And I almost wonder whether Natalie Portman sent Evey Hammond here just to mess with these 2 ladies, or whether Evey Hammond, like, what happens if Evey wins this? Right? Oh, and a low blow from Black Cat. And it doesn't matter that there ain't no genital. Well, I can't say there's no genitals there. That's just wrong. What are we, Barbie and Ken? No, no. It's but it still hurts. The point is, it still hurts. Doesn't matter whether it's a meat wallet or a full-fledged sack of dimes. It's and a clothesline, a big clothesline from Evey Hammond, and of course Black Cat basically said to me how much she wanted to get her hands on Evey Hammond more than anybody else. Based on the fact that had it not been for Evey Hammond, Black Cat very well could have won that match on more than one occasion at Doomsday. And the fact that Black Cat is not the women's champion is basically solely on Evey Hammond's shoulders, which makes me wonder how she got this title match, or this #1 contenders match. But of course, it is the way that Corleone gets things done, and with Lara, Black Cat, and Evey, and Black Cat almost, I would imagine, probably insisted Evey be in this match just to fight her. You know, it wasn't even about Evey being in the match or winning the match. But I would imagine Evey, just because of how unhinged she is on a regular basis, she's going to be more than happy to win this matchup herself and take down Natalie Portman were it to come to that. I don't think it's going to come to that. I hope it's not going to come to that. Well, I shouldn't say I hope it's not going to come to that. To see the Natalie World Order implode the minute after it took over my women's division would be hysterically funny. But I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know. As Evey Hammond is just watching Black Cat just wrench the back. Well, okay, well, she did briefly until that drop kick. Of course, this is any woman's matchup. And we've seen this in triple threat matches here in CIW before. Just when you think one person's got it won, in comes somebody else, and it completely changes the context of who's got momentum. And really, the triple threat matches are a momentum game. They really are. And I still have no further update on AB's condition, but so far we are getting what we have gotten. And that has been a welcome sight, at least as far as the... and I know the folks at Yale New Haven, they're going to do their damnedest to make sure that AB is back up and ready to go as soon as he can. And, of course, the match after this is the guy who I'm sure orchestrated this in The Joker, taking on The Boss, who Ibiza was going to be the corner man for, this had not happened. And now just a meat wallet mutilation here on that top rope. And folks, that is still going to hurt. And Evey Hammond, who has a remarkable tolerance for pain. And we have now switched referees. We have referee Jonah Hill, who is now down. Jonah Hill is down. And it's not because there's a bowl of spaghetti waiting for him at the end of the mat. It's because he got knocked silly by Evey Hammond. Oh, what a drop kick from Lara Croft, who would love to punch her ticket in to a world's title, or a women's title match. And Jonah Hill, and it is just drop kick city from these women. They're just launching drop kicks at each other. And some of them are landing, some of them are not. But with all three of these women fresh and a title match against Natalie Portman on the line, you do whatever you can to survive. And a lot of the times what that entails is doing everything and anything, whatever it takes to win. We've seen Black Cat do a few things like a low blow and a thumb to the eyes, but can you blame Black Cat after the way that she got screwed over to take a little bit of that aggression out on the people she's in the ring with? I can't. And these three going to go after each other until we have a winner. Oh, a big right hand. And Evey Hammond right now standing on top of this mountain. But it is going to take a pin or submission to claim ourselves a #1 contender here before Autumn Asylum, back in which is going to be taking place at the end of September, in the last weekend in September. But this is a good time to also mention that we are going to have all through August. We are going to have the Summer Series continue with 3 big matchups every Saturday. And Evey Hammond with the swing, the big swing, and that was a huge vaulting toss, and went for a cover to Lara, but Black Cat right there to break it up. Roll up from Black Cat, broken up from Evey. As so far these three, all three of them just trying to get one on each other, and sometimes that quickness is exactly the kind of attitude you need to have going into this match, and not just biting the head. Evey Hammond biting the head. It's crude but effective, folks. But you could say the same about Evey. You could say the same about V. But as I was starting to say, in August, every Saturday night, 8:58 is when the premiere starts. 9 o'clock Eastern is when the match starts. Every Saturday, you're going to get a match. Punch to the meat wallet. And a wonderful spinning neck breaker, a running spinning neck breaker, and down goes Lara Croft. And that's all going to culminate in another 4-match, 1-night event called the Midsummer Showdown, taking place on taking place on August 26th. So stay tuned for that. A lot still happening here in the world of Colonial Impact Wrestling. We are just getting started, folks, and we thank you all for joining us here today. And once again, in order to save referees from getting beaten down any more than they already do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, throw that bell button, switch it to all, give it that power bomb, and claim that title for yourself as a member of the Colony here in CIW as we find out who will face Natalie Portman at Autumn Asylum here tonight in this triple threat match. And, not another big swing. Oh, God, halfway across the ring, did Evey Hammond toss Black Cat. Oh, not again. Not again. Another big swing. My word. Evey Hammond is just going ham. No pun intended, but Lara right there to break up the count. And Evey Hammond, and this is what I was saying about Evey and Black Cat. These two have been, I don't know what it is about, maybe Natalie Portman said to Evey, you just take out Black Cat as much as you can, as hard as you can. And it would make sense considering that Black Cat had Natalie Portman not just once but twice, and a leg drop to break up the arm bar. And it looks like all three of these women are really starting to feel the fatigue of this match. It's gone on for a decent amount of time here, but boy have they been putting in the work. They have been fighting hard, they have been fighting viciously, and only one of these women will walk out of the Brawl-B-Cue the winner. And so far, all of them, Lara went for a drop kick, but there was nobody there. Thumb to the eyes from the Tomb Raider herself. And Evey Hammond now chopping, and now back and forth, Evey and Lara. All three of these women dive, miss, run, punch. These three women, I mean, you got to give credit to them. You know, it's hard to really strategize in a triple threat when all three of these women are just right at each other's throats, going right after you the second you're up. And they're, a drop kick. And Lara, that was the time. If Lara had gone for a pin after drop kicking both women and knocking them down, that might have been the swan song of this match. And Lara could have walked away the winner. Instead, this match continues as Black Cat now just knocking down Evey Hammond. And all three of these women, you could see the determination of the women here in CIW, just how badly they want that title, just how badly they want that title shot, and they want a piece of Natalie Portman. It's all apparent here. And now a nice kick to the gut there, Evey, a nice drop kick to at least break up the distance between Black Cat and Lara Croft. And it seems like every so often, all three of these women just kind of get up and look at each other and go, I'm winning this. And, you know, Lara, wait a second, Lara, nice poison wanna cover, but no, too close to the ropes there for Black Cat to be felled on that exchange. But all three of these, now going to try again. This time way closer to the center of the ring, and Evey up and right there to break up the count. That's what makes these triple threats so difficult. Oh, wait a second. Cat's claws. Got the cat's claw on Evey hair on, God, I can't speak. On Lara Croft. That could be it. Evey Hammond's right there. Cover one. She missed the drop kick. 2, 3. Black Cat, despite the effort of Evey Hammond, has punched her ticket to a rematch. Let's go. Black Cat would not be denied here tonight. And that is something I am very happy to see in a hell of a triple threat match between all three of these women. Black Cat perseveres. Evey Hammond, who was sent out to stop her, couldn't. And does that mean that Natalie Portman's days of CIW Women's Championshipdom are soon to be at an end? We'll find out in a couple months' time, but your winner, Black Cat, couldn't be happier for her. But we've got a main event. And we've got a big main event on our shoulders, folks. The Joker versus the boss. The guy who signs the checks, Michael Corleone. Now, this matchup began after the Joker and the Penguin screwed over, at least that's where it started, when they did the Joker Punch of Doom and compromised the integrity of the King of the Spring tournament. He cheated his way to the championship finals against Symbiote Spider-Man, cheated his way with the Flash to win that last man standing, and now is Mr. Money in the Bank, which means that he can, well, even though it wasn't Money in the Bank, he's the King of the Spring, which means that he can challenge for the CIW Heavyweight Championship at any time of his choosing. And that is dangerous in the hands of a man like the Joker. And and this man, I knew it was coming. I didn't want to believe it. And I know I've said that before, but now we see exactly what the fruits of his labor are. And he took it to a new level assaulting AB tonight with Aquaman. That was all sorts of wrong when AB, all he was getting, now where's the Penguin come from? Where the hell did the Penguin come from? Although I shouldn't be surprised in that either. But here comes Michael Corleone without a Bizzle, who would have been there in his corner tonight, but was, of course, as we saw. And folks, if you're just joining us for the main event, I know we do have some late arrivals show up sometimes in CIW. And if you are, in fact, one of those late arrivals, earlier in the night after Pepsiman beat Sephiroth, we got a cut into the back of the parking lot where AB, my broadcast partner A Bizzle, was assaulted by one member of Dun Caring in Aquaman in the parking lot, got thrown on my car 3 times. I'm sure I'm going to have to pay for that because it's all dented, but that's not going to stop Corleone from facing a man like the Joker. And here we go. And Corleone and the Penguin are also no strangers, which is probably why the Penguin is out here. And now thumb to the eyes from the Joker onto Corleone. Come on, Mike. Beat his ass. Beat his ass for what he did to CIW and what he's done to CIW. Fucking with us just for the hell of it. But here's the thing. I don't think it is just for the hell of it. I think there's more to this. Oh, wait a second. Joker. Oh my God. He just threw him into the Penguin. Corleone just got razor's edged into the outside. That is blacktop, folks. Corleone just got out. He just recovered from that matchup with Sagat, where he got the spear. He got his guts rearranged by a spear, and now just being vaulted onto the out by the Joker. But Corleone's a tough dude, man. Corleone is not going to let somebody like the Joker just run roughshod all over his company. That is something I know about Michael Corleone, and I've learned about Michael Corleone, especially in these past 3 years, where he's really been our fearless leader, doing what Jack 6 dreams he could do. What Howard Stern dreams he could do. No offense, but it's the truth. Corleone, now an airplane spin, and just making the Joker a little bit woozy, and that's what he's going to have to do. He's got to get that mind fuzzy. You know, in all fairness to Corleone did not start with the head, so that means that the Joker will be able to field the next move, hopefully, and I hope he feels it. I hope he feels all of the pain of what Corleone is going to inflict onto him, which better be hell hath no fury like Michael Corleone, and hell, basically 2 out of 3 of those movies were based on exactly that notion. Oh, wait a second, small package. Can Corleone get him on an inside cradle too? No! Only 2, but Michael, how embarrassing would that have been on just to have gotten him on a small package, to have caught the Joker and embarrassed him like that. And of course, the King of the Spring reward is not on the line here tonight. Corleone wanted to emphasize that because, he's the boss. He's not really into fighting for championships when he's the one, running the show. He said it's just not right. And, I respect that business side of him. Oh, what a DDT. I respect that side of him. He's, in his old age, he became to be a little, he is a ruthless businessman as far as the company that he holds dear, and we know this, but he's got a soft side. And he's got a generous side, and we've seen that more than once. We've seen that on more than one occasion. He is really almost the antithesis of the Joker, and maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe the Joker just cannot handle establishment, which we know. We've known this. He doesn't like establishment, which is why he liked making things hard for Corleone, but I bet you Joker did not expect Corleone to come back with this kind of fire and passion this fast, too. You know, usually Joker pushes a lot of buttons before he gets the main boss's attention. And in this circumstance, Corleone is like, no, fuck you. I'm going to do this myself, and I'm going to do it right damn now. And that's the kind of spirit from Corleone that I love. And I've always loved from Mike. That's the kind of special thing that Mike has that nobody else does. And, of course, the Joker and the Penguin, who is also part of Duncaring, and the Penguin who has teamed with Corleone, part of the Antarctic Mafia, as we remember. And Corleone almost lost CIW to the Penguin, if you recall. Had that briefcase full of our contracts in it. And thankfully Corleone was able to beat him. And now, the Penguin now, wait a second. Would you really think that they would make sure that they would do, and now, oh God, into the barricade chest first. Referee's count is up to 8. The Penguin's right there. And is Corleone going to get counted out here? The referee's count up to 9. And right at the nick of time. But Corleone is flustered. After the Penguin, of course, tried to keep him, of course, probably stunned a little bit by that big launch into the barricade. That's not stopping Corleone. That's not stopping Corleone. Come on, Corleone. Mash his face in. Mash his face in for what he did to CIW. The imposter. The guy who feigned, he always feigns sincerity. But at least his intentions at first were pure, but maybe it weren't. Maybe this was the plan all along. Even for a guy who doesn't like plans, he certainly likes to, oh God, drop kick into the corner. He certainly has a lot go his way by chance, so to speak. And that's the kind of thing that I have really, really started to despise about the Joker. And of course, we needed to experience it, but you know what? Corleone is making sure that ends here tonight. That he's not going to be this guy. He's not going to do what he did to TAW here in CIW. Because when you mess with the boss, you pay for it. The cover 1, 2, and no, only 2. Almost beat the Joker on a body slam. And Corleone, he is trying his best to make sure that the Joker understands just what he's done. Just what it means to mess with CIW. And now the Joker went for one punch, and Corleone was not having it. And that is absolutely brilliant. As Corleone is now look at this. Throwing Joker into the corner. Giving him some punches of his own. But only got 3 in before he was knocked off. As both of these guys are fighting pretty viciously against each other. Joker, the ultimate anti-establishment figure. Corleone, an anti-hero perhaps. In the way that he runs this business, but certainly our hero. Oh, what a counter! Joker hit an elbow drop, put the knees up. Corleone got the knees up to cover 1, 2. Oh my God, he got him! Yes! Suck a dick, Joker. Suck a dick. Corleone with knees to the gut and countering an elbow drop gets one over on the Joker. Let's go. My boss taking care of it, making sure the Joker pays for what he done. That's how things get done in CIW. That is how Corleone handles a situation. I hope it was worth it, Joker, because you deserve this. Michael Corleone is your winner. Thanks for coming to the Brawl-B-Cue, and we will see you in August, folks. All right, let me call AB. I'm sure he's in the hospital. I got to know how he's doing. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, pick up. Come on, pick up. You alright?
You seem to have forgotten the kind of man that I am, Sean.
Joker?
I try to show the world how much more fun it is without structure.
Joker, where's AB?
But you keep building them.
Joker, what have you done with AB?
You have so much faith in your esteemed little leader, but not as much as he has in his own power.
He just whipped your ass tonight.
As his power goes, he had plans. I ruined plans. And you know what I've noticed? The best way to ruin plans is to make the power-hungry believe they always have the upper hand.
What are you saying, Joker?
I threw your little dog a bone tonight. And now the real fun can begin. So just sit back and enjoy the show.
What do you mean, enjoy the show?
Far greater than just a sad little clown, Sean. But you'll find that out soon enough.
Joker, where's my
Man of
friend?
word.
Joker. Joker, damn it. Don't do this to me, Joker. Joker! God damn. Oh, come on! Come on! Batman now in the back with the boss. You've got to be kidding me. And now just shots to the leg. Shots to the left leg of Michael Corleone. Shovel shots. Batman's not supposed to be here tonight. But of course, this was set up from the beginning, wasn't it? It was set up from the damn beginning. This is disgust. This is despicable. You have crossed the line, Joker. You have crossed the line, DC. Batman here assaulting Michael Corleone here in the back. And now a spike pile driver. That's concrete. That is concrete. We already saw a Bizzle out here assaulted by Aquaman earlier tonight. And I thought we were off the air. Somewhere, Joker apparently has a Bizzle. I don't know where the hell AB is. My best friend's missing, and my boss is getting beaten down in the parking lot by a man who used to be a hero. But there are no heroes in Hammond tonight, I'll tell you that much. And now, oh God, just a tire. Just using that tire to beat down the boss. This is, oh no, not through the limo window. Not through the limo window. Come on. And oh God, right into the head. That's a truck tire, folks. This is disgusting. Corleone just had a matchup like hell with the Joker, but I guess that didn't even matter. That was all just a charade. Oh no, wait, hey. Batman, come on. Batman, come on. You already hit his leg with the shovel. Don't do this. Not, oh no! Not into a limo door. He's a smashed that leg into a limousine door. His leg might be broken, damn it. I hope you're happy, Batman. I hope you're happy, Joker. I hope you're all happy. Look what you've done to the state of CIW. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Now a back suplex onto the boss. I am beside myself with anger right now. My best friend's been beaten down. My boss has been beaten down. Nobody's in charge anymore. There's too much lawlessness. He's now splattered onto my car a fourth time. And, folks, where did all the heroes go? Well, I know where the villains are. They're here in CIW. We'll see you later.